Sometimes, the hardest part isn't failing. It's starting. Not because you don't want to, not because you don't care, but because the moment you think about starting, your chest feels a little tight. You imagine all the ways it could go wrong. You imagine people judging you. You imagine giving your best, and still not being enough. So you stop before anything even begins. We call it laziness. We call it procrastination. But most of the time, it's fear. Fear of failing before you even try. What's strange is this. Many of us aren't afraid of failure itself. We're afraid of what failure might say about us. That maybe we're not talented, not smart enough, not special enough, not built for this. So doing nothing feels safer, because if you never try, you never have to face the possibility that your best still isn't enough. Your brain is very good at protecting you. It wants comfort. It wants certainty. It wants safety. And starting something new is none of those things. Trying means uncertainty. Trying means exposure. Trying means risk. So your brain whispers things like, wait until you're ready. Do it later. You need more time. You need to prepare more. But deep down, you know that day never comes, because the truth is, you don't become ready by waiting. You become ready by starting. Still, fear keeps winning. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. It shows up as scrolling on your phone, as reorganizing your room for the third time, as watching other people live the life you want, while telling yourself, good for them, that could never be me. And the longer you wait, the heavier starting feels. Because now it's not just about fear anymore, it's about regret. You start thinking, I should have started earlier. I'm already behind. What's the point now? Fear stacks on top of fear. Here's something we rarely talk about. The fear of failure often comes from caring deeply. You don't fear failing at things you don't care about. You fear failing at things that matter. Your dreams, your ideas, your potential. So when you freeze, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means this matters to you. But no one taught us how to handle that fear. We were taught to be confident, to be brave, to just do it. No one talks about the shaking hands, the racing thoughts, the quiet moments where you sit alone, arguing with yourself. One part of you wants to move forward. The other wants to stay safe. And staying safe feels like staying still. The problem is, staying still doesn't actually protect you. It just delays the pain. Because even if you don't fail, you still feel something else. Emptiness, frustration, a quiet disappointment in yourself. You start saying things like, I know I could do more. I know I'm capable of more. And that hurts too. Sometimes even more than failure would have. Failure is loud but temporary. Regret is quiet and long-lasting. But fear doesn't want you to know that. Fear convinces you that failing is the worst thing that could happen, when in reality, never trying slowly eats away at you. Here's the part that's hard to accept. You cannot avoid failure and grow at the same time. They come together. Always. Every skill you admire, every person you look up to, every story that inspires you. Failure is hidden inside it, not as a weakness, but as a teacher. But when you're at the beginning, all you see is the risk. So let's make this smaller. You don't need to be brave. You don't need to be confident. You don't need to believe in yourself 100%. You just need to be curious enough to take one step. Not to succeed. Not to win. Just to see what happens. Trying doesn't mean committing forever. It means giving yourself permission to be a beginner. And beginners are allowed to be bad. Allowed to be slow. Allowed to be unsure. Somewhere along the way, we forgot that. We started believing that if we're not good immediately, we shouldn't do it at all. But no one starts good. They start honest. They start awkward. They start scared. And they keep going anyway. Not because fear disappears, but because they learn to move with it. Fear doesn't go away after you start, but it changes. Before you start, fear asks, what if I fail? After you start, fear asks, what if I learn? And that's a much better question. You don't need to stop being afraid. You just need to stop letting fear decide everything. Do it scared. Do it slowly. Do it imperfectly. Because the goal isn't to avoid failure. The goal is to live honestly. And honesty means admitting you want more, even if you don't know how to get there yet. If you're standing at the edge of something right now, a project, a dream, a small idea you keep pushing away, this is your reminder. You don't have to jump. Just lean forward. That's how it starts. Not with confidence, not with certainty, but with a quiet decision to try anyway, because one day, you'll look back and realize that starting scared was still starting, and that was enough.